Hello everyone, it's Katie here, back with day 23 of our Scrap September series, and day 23's prompt is favourite picture. So this is a picture of myself and my partner from maybe, will be close to 10 years ago. It's a very old photo, back when we sort of first had met. And I really like this photo, even though we both look a lot older now. And I am using a background paper from Crepe Paper. I don't know the collection, it was just in my stash. And I'm putting some gesso on the background because I'm going to do a little bit of mixed media. And as what often happens with mixed media, I cover most of it anyway. So I'm just popping some of the gesso down. And for me, I really like to use gesso when I'm using big pattern paper as my background because it kind of mutes the background a little bit, which I quite like. So now I'm using the packaging technique with mists. I would sometimes add water, but at the moment I'm just putting the mists straight kind of onto the packaging and yeah, then putting it down onto my layout. And I'm using a few different colours. This one is kind of like a light pink. I don't know its actual colour name. I could look, but I'm lazy and it's a bit out of my reach from where I'm sitting doing this voiceover. So I'm using kind of a pinky blush colour and a coral colour. Again, I could have added water to these. That would have kind of made them go a bit further and thinned them out a bit, but I'm not. I just whacked them down as you can see there. And I'm using a green as well. I think they're the three colours that I use for the packaging technique, and then I splatter some gold on the page as well. Now, it's at this point that I'm like, I didn't really like that green. Oh, I should have left it without the green. But anyway, doesn't matter. I do incorporate a bit more green into the layout, so, you know, it doesn't look bad. And again, I cover most of it anyway. So once that had dried off, I did use my heat gun because I am filming this all in one day, so I did use my heat gun. And then I wanted to grab a paper pad from my collection that I haven't used in a really long time, and this is the Dear Lizzie documentary paper pad, 6x6 paper pad. So I'm pulling out a couple of sheets of that just to back my my photo on, and I'm just sort of going through trying to choose which pieces I might like to use, and this is where I pull the green in. So I chose this paper pad because it had the nice green sort of throughout it, the sort of more tealy green. So I end up pulling out two pieces of pattern paper, and I just back my photo on both of those, and then I will bring in some of the tissue paper on the left just to kind of soften it a bit. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now, just backing my photo. I did trim it down a little bit because my photo was 4x6, so the pattern paper is 6x6, so I needed to trim the photo down a little bit just so that it would fit on the pattern paper and I didn't have to piece the pattern paper behind it. So yes, that was the main reason I trimmed the photo down. Also, there was a lot of kind of dead space at the top of the photo. It was just a door frame in the background. It really didn't add anything, so I trimmed it down. So you can see there, super simple, just backed my photo on those two pieces of pattern paper, and now I'm using the pink and the white tissue, and I'm just sort of working out how I want the tissue to go. And at this point I think a doily will look nice. I got these doilies in a Happy Mail from Corinne, I think. One of my friends, she's on the Kitaholic Kits DT with me, and I'm pretty sure she sent me these. And I think they might be the ones from Amazon because they're like beautiful and dainty and lace-like and big. So I am using one of those doilies, and as you can see, it pretty much covers the entire kind of mixed media, but that's okay. That's the point, isn't it? So you can see me layering up the tissue paper underneath, and the tissue paper kind of got stuck to a bit of the double-sided tape that was on the doily, so that was fine. I just stuck it down anyway. I thought, well, I didn't need to move it because that was the position I liked it in anyway, and I'm not really being very precise with the sticking down of this because, you know, it's just for an effect. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just sticking that down not using too much double-sided tape because it's only tissue paper and it really doesn't need much to stick it down. And I've used up all my thick double-sided tape at the moment, so I've only got the thin stuff currently. So yeah, that's it. That's the tissue paper stuck down, and I'm going to pop up my photo on some dimensionals just to give it a bit of dimension, funnily enough, because I like the look of that, and I usually do pop the photo up. I pulled out a few collections from my stash. I think this is the Pink Paisley Moonstruck, Moonshine, Moon something collection. I know I've used this a few times in some of these September layouts, and I haven't known the name of the collection any time I've done the voiceover. You'd think I would have looked it up by now, but no, I have not. So I'm using actually not much ephemera from that collection, really just the word timeless and beautiful, and then there's a butterfly that I use and a little banner, and I think that's all that I use from that collection. And this one here, I don't even know who that collection is by, Pebbles I think, and I don't end up using anything from there actually. And then I go through my Reject Shop stash. So a Reject Shop is a kind of cheap shop in Australia, and they have craft supplies, called the Craft Stall is the brand. And yeah, I pulled out some flowers from those collections. Yeah, I am tossing around if I use those tags. They don't make it on the layout because I think they look silly, even though I like the tag that says love, which is the one that's still on there now, but it doesn't end up staying. So I'm just kind of messing around with how I'm going to create these clusters. Yeah, and what I want to go with, I've kind of pulled out a vellum piece down in the bottom right, which is underneath that cluster, so you can't even really tell. Yeah, so I had a ticket which I really wanted to use. I think it said memories or something like that, but again, that doesn't make it on the layout either. The vellum flowers, however, do make it. And then I pulled out some of my puffy stickers, so I wanted to try and see if these ones that are on my layout now from Cocoa Vanilla Love Always collection, if I could use any of those, which I don't end up using them. But I do use some of my mini puffy hearts, which for those of you that watch Adele's videos, I sent her a pack and she loved them, and neither one of us have ever been able to find them again. So she did find some enamel ones from eBay. I haven't needed to buy any yet because I still have a whole packet, as you can see, of the puffy ones, but as soon as they run out I will need some more, and they are very cute. I think puffy stickers are one of my favourite things. I just love the texture of them. So these are stickers, again from the Reject Shop. They don't actually go with the same collection as the flowers that I'm sticking down now, but that's okay. They're very similar. They're like, I don't know if they're like a vellum sticker, but they're definitely like a see-through sticker. And they look cute, and they just add a little bit of kind of softness to the clusters. So I did pull out a couple of these puffy stickers, but they don't end up staying. I pulled out that bird at the top and the kind of love heart down the bottom, which was kind of a greeny colour, and once I'd stuck these other love hearts down, I didn't like the look of them, and so I take them off. They're just not working for me. So you can see here I'm taking them off. I don't know, I didn't like them, so they're gone. So I am going to use that word timeless though, because I like it. I think it's cute. So I am going to use that word timeless. So I'm just looking at, I still think I want to use this tag piece of ephemera, but it doesn't make it. I do like it. I did want to use it. I like the sentiment, but I just didn't like it. I couldn't make it work. So I'm sticking on the word timeless though. So I do pop up one little bit of it because I wanted it to kind of come off the photo. So I did stick a dimensional on one half of it and a bit of double-sided tape on the other. And now I have gone to my stash and pulled out some words. And I had this one, and I don't have much left, so I'd love to use it up. So the title I went with was Sweet Hugs. I mean, we are hugging and it's cute. I don't know if Sweet Hugs is a great title, but you know, that's what I had in the thicker word department, so that's what I went with. So that's that. I'm going to stick a few of the tiny puffy hearts all over the layout in the pink colour, and I'm done. I don't need to do any misting because I've already done that at the start, so I don't even do any misting at the end. I'm done. I trim the butterfly and the banner on the bottom right because they're hanging off the back of the page, or side of the page I should say, and that's it. Done. Layout complete. I didn't do much in terms of ephemera because the background's so busy. I don't often use pattern paper background, and when I do, I often don't embellish much because I think there's a lot going on. But that is the layout. So tune back in for tomorrow's video. Like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. We have loved having you on this Scrappy marathon with us. Alright, bye everyone.